ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम वेदाखिलशास्त्रशुद्धाजलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकं मे शरणम्। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातो समस्त गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातन धर्म भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक संस्थापकानां विघ्न शत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा वाप्ति द्वारा सकल्पित संकल्पित धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम विश्व शांति एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम भूसूक्तस्य पारायणं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। Praying to Bhumata to bless us with the strong support and also help our Deha Prana Ityadi to be in a healthy condition. And may the Bhumata help us in our spiritual sadhana of rising from each of the koshas till we reach to that which is beyond all the kosha, the Paramatma Anubhuti. ओम अथ भू सूक्तं तैत्तिरीय संहिता प्रथमः काण्डं पंचमः पाठकः तृतीयोऽनुवाकः। तैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मणं तृतीयो अष्टकं प्रथमः प्रश्नः द्वितीयोऽनुवाकः। ओम भूमिर्भूम्ना द्यौर्वरिणान्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थेते देव्यदितेऽग्निमन्नाद मन्नाद्यायादधे आयङ्गौ पृश्निरक्रमीदसनन्मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन्सुवः त्रिगं श्रद्धामविराजति वाक्पतङ्गाय शिश्रिये प्रत्यस्य वहद्युभिः अस्य प्राणादपानत्यन्तश्चरति रोचना व्यख्यन्महिषः सुवः यत्वा क्रुद्धः परोवपमन्युना यदवर्त्या सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तव पुनस्त्वोद्दीपयामसि यत्ते मन्युपरोक्तस्य पृथिवीमनुदध्वसे आदित्या विश्वे तद्देवा वसवश्च समाभरन् मेदिनी देवी वसुन्धरा स्यात् वसुधा देवी वासवी ब्रह्मवर्चस पितृणागं श्रोत्रं चक्षुर्मनः देवी हिरण्यगर्भिणी देवी प्रसूवरी सदने सत्यायने सीद समुद्रवती सावित्रीहनो देवी मह्यङ्गी महीधरणी महोव्यथिष्ठा शृंगे शृंगे यज्ञे यज्ञे विभीषिणी इंद्रपत्नी व्यापिनी सुरसरिदिह वायुमती चलशयनी श्रियन्धाराजा सत्यन्धो परिमेदिनी शोपरिधत्तं परिगाय विष्णुपत्नीं महीं देवीं माधवीं माधवप्रियां लक्ष्मीप्रियसखीं देवीं नमाम्यच्युतवल्लभाम् ॐ धनुर्धरायै विद्महे सर्वसिद्ध्यै च धीमहि तन्नो धरा प्रचोदयात् महीं देवीं विष्णुपत्नीमझूर्यां प्रतीचीमेनागं हविषा यजामः त्रिधा विष्णुरुरुगायो विचक्रमे महीं दिवं पृथिवीमन्तरिक्षं तच्छृणैति श्रव इच्छमाना पुण्यग्श्लोकं यजमानाय कृण्वते ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ नीला सूक्तं तैत्तिरीयसंहिता चतुर्थः काण्डं चतुर्थः प्रपाठकः द्वादशोऽनुवाकः ॐ गृणाहि घृतवते सवितराधिपत्यैः पयस्वतीरन्तिराशानो अस्तु ध्रुवादिशां विष्णुपत्न्यघोरा शेषाना सहसोयामनोता बृहस्पतिर्मातरिश्वोत वायुः सन्धुवाना वाता अभिनो गृणन्तो विष्टम्भो दिवो धरुण पृथिव्या अस्येष्याना जगतो विष्णुपत्नी ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचनां हे व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवीन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 Salutations to Parabrahma, to Shruti Mata, Samasta Brahma Vidya, Acharya, Rishi Muni, Guru, Devata, Parampara. Salutations to Sri Vyasa Bhagavan, Vaishambhayana Rishi, Yajnavalkya Rishi, and also Adi Shankara Bhashyakara Bhagavan. Salutations to our own Rishi Muni, Guru, Devata, Parampara, wholeheartedly. In spirituality, what's required is, first and foremost, is the goal to be sought. We have to be very, very clear about the goal which we have to reach to. To understand that Paramatma alone is our goal, itself takes a lot of listening, a lot of mananam and chintanam, and it is inevitable. The help given to us by the God is by sending the Guru. The help done by the Guru is by giving us the knowledge on the basis of Shastras regarding what is the ultimate goal and why that is the ultimate goal. So these things, whichever the Upanishads contain these portions, we have to study thoroughly and come to the clear understanding that there cannot be any other goal than Paramatma. Like a Purna Bhakta. For him, other than Bhagwan, he will never have any Sharanagati Ashraya of anything, anybody other than Paramatma. In the same way, in Adhyatmikata, spirituality, if the goal itself is not very clearly convinced, then how can we search out and understand the means and follow it? So that is the thing. Many of us have not yet come to the clear conclusion that this is what is my goal. Ours is what? Sometimes this also is goal, something else also is goal. Therefore, we flutter in our intellect in sometimes taking this Paramatma as Lakshya, something else. So, all that should be sorted out to such an extent that nothing other than Paramatma is the Lakshya. So, Chaturtha Purushartham eva mama Lakshyam, not the other three of Dharma, Artha, Kama. Is it happening in us? We'll see. Then this listening of our Upanishads and other texts of Rama and Bhagavatam of similar subjects and kinds. When we keep on listening for long period of time, with little thinking added to it, slowly will bring us to this conviction of Paramatma alone should be the Lakshya. And the simple common sense is what? A common sense fellow will have the Lakshya of that which is real, which is eternal, which is permanent. How can one have the Lakshya of which is unreal, which is impermanent, non eternal? Simple common sense. But even for that common sense to arrive from the state where we are in the nonsense of being worldly, it takes so many number of listenings of that topic of the Shastra. We are in that process through studying the Upanishads day in and day out for long period of time. Slowly, Upanishad Vedya Brahmavastu alone should be the goal, therefore is my goal. Towards that we are traveling. In that, first the information, there is something beyond everything, as substrate above everything called Brahma, that is being informed to us. Then it is Anantam, Jnanam, Satyam, with variety of words used to explain it, its glory is indicated to us. Then by telling us the caution first that without identifying with that Brahman, you will continue as a jiva to suffer. They inspire us. The Shastras inspire us. Therefore, why do you want to suffer as a jiva with the upadhi? Why, when there is a choice for you, that why don't you identify with that Brahma Tattva and get liberated once for all? So, in this way, slowly, steadily, we are taught in our Upanishad classes of this great Brahma Tattva. Having heard this many times and comparing that with our other lives, efforts, and experiences, slowly, we shift our attention, our value, our importance given to the word from that to the Paramatma. Through the Upanishad Sravana alone it will happen. In technical words, it's called a Shubha Ichha. Everyone has Ichhas. Everyone have Ichha for something other than Parabrahma Paramatma. They being temporary, they being binding natured, therefore they are called Ashubha. But this one, the Brahma Prapti, will lead to permanent, pure, original, real Anandam. Therefore, it itself has to be the Shubha Ichha. So if we can really close our eyes and look back from last 1 2 years, whatever the Upanishad studying, in and through all that, the Mahima of the Brahma Tattva, to be the reality, to be the substratum, everything, to be the nature of Ananda, is revealed to us. Therefore, we should go for that real Ananda of Brahma Vastu. That thought slowly gets induced into us. That seed is sown. And when we continue listening, then the seed starts becoming sprout and gigantic tree. Therefore, a person whose heart, therefore, has become like a gigantic tree in this regard, he will have the Shubha Ichcha in the sense, other than Parabrahma, I want nothing else. This is the first achievement. We should pray that this Upanishad study or other Purana Itihasa study will lead us to this sthiti. May all the Upasya Devatas, Adhisthana Devatas, Tathastu Devatas, and the Guru Rishi Parambara, whichever the form they are in, wherever they are, oh, we are praying to you. Please bless us with this Shubha Ichcha of other than Parabrahma, I want nothing, and Parabrahma, I must want. Shubha Ichcha, we are saying. Very, very essential. If it is vague, then we'll have lot of distractions, lot of other things involved in life. Without any vagueness and ambiguity, without any doubt, even a little bit, may we all seek the truth eternal, the reality, the Brahma only. Let that conviction come to us as soon as possible by our efforts of daily studying Upanishads and through prayers with which we invoke the grace of the divine law. With full faith, Lord is there listening. Like today we will see in Ramayanam, Bhagavan clearly will tell, all Tattva Jnanam I gave you, okay, hey Lakshmana, but none of them will become fruitful without my blessings, and I will not bless without devotion. Therefore, bhakti to me. So, with the deep faith that there is the Lord, whose blessings definitely induce this thought that other than Brahma, I want nothing. With this faith, when we pray, along with our own study of Upanishads, Shravanam, Mananam, with which comparatively the glory of discovering our oneself with Brahman is any day glorious greater than ourselves having all the Ashubha Ichchas of the Jagat. So this conclusion we have to arrive to. And in that conviction, the second step starts, wherein we will try to understand and follow the exactly path to reach that goal. Yeah, the path to reach to that goal should exactly clearly to be understood. Each of the Upanishad guides us in each or the other way. Like Mandukya guided us by giving us the Avasthatraya Viveka with the help of the Pranava Omkara. In the same way, the Atmatraya Viveka. So that's the Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, then the Turiya Atma. So that was the contemplative inquiry process of taking these three shariras or the avasthas into discussion. Through that, Mandukya Upanishad tried to lift our understanding or experience to the pure Brahma Tattva. It used all the prakaranas of Agama, Vaithatya, Advaita, and Alata Shanti. We tried to see it. It was the first round. At least 5-6 rounds we make, then the subject starts entering into us because we are dull-witted. If we are sharp in the second or third only, we will be able to understand. Now, every Upanishad that way. Mundaka Upanishad, Dvasuparna, it has taken. The Katha Upanishad, Nitya, Nityanam, Chetanas, Chetananam, that type of process it followed. Then the Ishavasya was so beautiful. It explained that Vidya, Avidya, and all of that, and you follow the Avidya by which Antakarana Shuddhi happens. You follow the Vidya by the grace is invoked. Then go to Saparegat Sukram meditation. So that Upanishad taught like that. Prashna taught us with the 6 disciples asking 6 prashnas, which were sequentially developmental towards taking us to the truth. So, then in the Kena Upanishad, the inquiry of that by which all the faculties are functioning. Yachrotredana Shrunoti Yena Shrotramidam Shrutam. Each Upanishad's goal is Brahma only. But in each Upanishad, the way used or chosen to reach to that Brahma was different. differently given by the different gurus at different periods of time to the different disciples, suitable. For you and I, whatever is suitable works that we should take up. And in our this present Taittiriya Upanishad, after explaining the glory of Brahman, and Brahman alone we have to reach, if we are convinced, then when we ask the path for it, then we are given here the Panchakosha Viveka Marga, taking each of the kosha into account and completely, continuously, completely analyzing it, knowing its in and out, then slowly finding its Atma and going to that, finding its Atma and going to that. In that way, what is that? The absolute reality, because of which these things are existing, appearing as if real, without which they would have not taken they would have not even existed. See, that snake has received the satta also from the rope only. And on the rope only, the snake got its own shape also. Because of the rope only, the snake is also seen. This is a very crucial example. Again, from the mud only, the pot has got its satta. अपना independent सत्ता नहीं है उसको. The mud only, because of mud only, that form also has been received by the pot. And to that form, the name is given. If we really become sincere and serious in this example, deep in the example, what should happen is the acceptance as the mud as a substratum support of the pot, without which the pot would have not even existed. Total devaluing of the pot and 100% valuing of the mud should happen in our inner understanding when the analysis is pakka done, even though we use pot only for our vyavahar. So, how much importance to the pot? Only vyavahar. Beyond that, only mud is reality. So, too, how much importance is given to the Panchakoshas? Only vyavahara. Then, what is reality? The Parabrahma. In this way, this Taittiriya Upanishad takes up the Panchakosha Viveka as the means to take us to the chosen goal Brahma. So, first is the Shubha Ichha. Bana ki nahi hamare andar, we have to pursue, we have to see. If it happens, studied so many Upanishads, how much out of them? Any one of the means or the paths we have to be convinced about. For you and I to convince about this Panchakosha Viveka Marga, first we have to study. Now we are studying. But others, anyway, we have studied. Other Upanishads. Even after the study of this, we can see then study is not sadhana. Please remember, sadhana is sadhana. A part of sadhana is study, no doubt. But you have to traverse actually transcending our identity with each of the kosha. उसको साधना कहते हैं ना. सिर्फ इंटेलेक्चुअली जानने से ना कोई भूख मिटता है, ना कोई बीमारी दूर होती. वो हमको ना भोजन करना है is also take medicine. The same way, by intellectually analyzing and understanding that this is the kosha atma of the earlier one and this is the atma of this. In this way, finally, the atma of all is Brahman. Knowing it intellectually is not sufficient to give us mukti. We have to actually travel in our identity from the grossest to the subtlemost. Without that, we will not be reaching to the truth and get liberated. So, before that, the information is given, knowledge is given through this Upanishad as to how through Panchakosha Viveka one can reach the truth. If we like it, we will take up this as the path. So, you want Panchakosha Viveka of the Taittiriya or Avasthatraya Viveka of the Mandukya or the substratum of each of the things like in the Kena Upanishad or the Nitya Nitya of this Katha, or you want to have the Dvasuparna type of contemplation of Mundaka. You see, whichever is liked by you, you take up. Every one of them take us to the truth reality only. So the goal, the Shubhecha. Second, the clarity of the means. Okay? Third and fourth things are important. What is that? Key to reach to the goal, be attentive. Whatever the sadhana we have to do, for doing that sadhana, whatever is convenient and conducive, those things only we have to involve in. Whatever are opposing the sadhana, neutralizing sadhana, nullifying sadhana, we have to be careful about avoiding them, just like in any of the medication, along with the medicine. Whatever the supporting, supplementing things help, they are taken. What are the contradictory, opposing things, they are avoided. Like, वो सारा सर्दी हो गया मानो, you are taking medicine, but along with that, the hot water, when we take the hot things, then it helps in removing the disease. It helps in getting the gain. That's how the supplement. Cold water, ice cream, they are detrimental. They will nullify the effect of medicine, prolongates the disease and suffering. Therefore, that should be avoided. In the same way, in our spiritual sadhana, ke understanding may, after understanding only the sadhana, the third padav is so important, wherein this is absolutely opposite, contradictory, non-conducive to my sadhana. Therefore, I am rejecting to involve in it. And these are the things so very helpful to me for my sadhana. Therefore, I am accepting them. This type of what is helpful, what is not helpful in this subject, we never inquire. Though we are sincere regarding the goal, though we are sincere regarding the path. But the third place also very essential, where because of our negligence, we only disturb our sadhana. We only don't allow our sadhana to pick up highest speed and quickly reach to the sadhya. This is the most important thing. And this thing is talked first in all Upanishads, all Brahma Vidyas, but then we never remember it or give value to it. And that in technical words is called as we should have the Viveka, wherein what is helpful for me, my sadhana, not helpful, I must know. After that, whatever is not helpful, I must give it up. It's called Vairagya. Whatever is required, that alone I have to do. Here, Vairagya is a big word, includes towards everything that Vairagya, whichever distracts me from my spiritual sadhana path, which takes me to the sadhya, the goal. That is the most important thing. That's what the topic even we are studying in our Patanjali Yoga Darshanam also. And to you and I also intellectually to understand exhaustively that these are detrimental things, these are useful, takes time. We have to give time. And as and when we are understanding that ये मेरे साधना का खिलाफ है, we should have the ability guts to slowly reduce the involvement in it. छोड़ते जाना पड़ेगा उसको. That's called real maturity. One maturity is to know this is the goal, this is the path. Very good. But the second one is also important, wherein whichever is non-conducive, detrimental for this sadhana, we have the intellectual guts to drop them, along with doing that which is conducive. Conducive is the karma yoga, dharma seva in the world to the extent we are required to do for inner purity. So, in this way, a spiritual evolution happens when in these minimum three things we are pakka. The Shubhecha, that other than Brahman, I want nothing else. Is it not? I want nothing else as my goal. And the path for it is Panchakosha Viveka. And while walking in this Viveka of Panchakosha to transcend each of the kosha, everything which strengthens my identity with these koshas, I will have to reject. Everything which is making me transcend each of the koshas, I have to take it up. This sincerity is very essential. In fact, this is the main thing which pushes us ahead in the sadhana. And it's all intellectual conviction. That is why in Yoga Darshanam, unambiguously it is said, That's Sangnya. It's all just conviction. Doesn't mean no sentiments and emotions. Sentiments, emotions are the mind's ways of putting us in something or the other, whether it is right or wrong. Even doing right may help out of emotions, but yet emotionally doing is not complete. The doing right should be intellectual. Then use the emotion. Only if it is emotional, some other emotion will come the other day, stops us doing that good thing, right thing. But if you are intellectually convinced, never ever that doing good also will be taken away from us. We will keep on doing. Therefore, everything boils down to we, the human being, given the intellect, using that with the help of the Guru, Shastra, and Satsanga, should come to the intellectual conviction. That is what in Bhagavad Gita and everywhere, straight away in the beginning only told. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, Nishchayatmika buddhi. This is my goal, this is the path, and this is the one which is non conducive, so I drop it. This is the one which is conducive, therefore I do it. Everywhere, no sentiments, no emotions, no just only, because somebody told an obligation, but I myself thoroughly, intellectually analyzed and understood and accepted. So it's my conviction. Look into your own heart. Let us look right now. Are we convinced that Parabrahma alone is our goal? Are we convinced that the Panchakosha Viveka alone is our goal? Are we convinced that these are the things which are strengthening my identity with these anatmas, Panchakosha? Therefore, I will reduce them one by one, which is the biggest subject, very important, which is highly neglected. In Kali Yuga, because of the sharpness of intellect, everybody, if given little chance and take a chance, understands Vedanta, even the path. But when it comes to practice, nobody does it because of the desires, etc. For those things which strengthen the Panchakosha Tadatma is so strong in Kali Yuga. One is impossible for one. Intellectually, he may be a genius at the highest level regarding the goal and means. But when it comes to practicing, they can never practice the practice sufficient enough to reach the goal because of the inability to give up. वैराग्य का बहुत अभाव होता है कलयुग में, इसलिए सब जानते हैं भाई, कोई कुछ करता नहीं. And why talk about anybody else? Let us talk about ourselves. Are we not clear with so much of listening to Upanishads, the goal and means? But what do we do the whole day? Only those things which strengthen our Panchakosha. Is it not that excessive sleep and laziness? That is all the Tadatmya of Annamaya only. Sorry, Annamaya. Always eating this, drinking that. These are all the Pranamaya Tadat. Brooding in the mind with sentiments, emotions, thinking about one or the other fellow all the time. It's all Manomaya Kosh. वही तो कर रहे हैं हम. छोड़ थोड़ी रहे हैं उसको. छोड़ने का चाहत इच्छा ही शुरू नहीं हुआ हमको. Then only planning for this or that achievements. That is how the Buddhis use the whole day. अब थक गए तो आनंद में चले गए. See, we are studying the Panchakosha Atita Brahma, but we are living every moment Aham Panchakoshosmi Bhavana strengthening way of life. This we have to, everyone of us have to recognize it. Then that is called Gambhirata. After recognizing, then outside we are smilingly living life like normal everybody, but inside we are so conscious which thought, word, and deed of mine is strengthening my Panchakosha Tadatmya. Then slowly, heart in heart, they are rejected. It is rejected to such an extent that from our inner and outer life, everything which substantiates our identity with the Panchakosha is reduced to bare minimum. Such person alone on the contemplative seat, inquiry as given about the truth, using those shlokas of Satyam Jnana Vidyadi, he can reach out to the self. So today we took good time for introduction just to discuss about these important aspects. Once in a while 10 दिन में एक बार ऐसे रुक कर कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ों को अब रिमाइंड कर लेवे तो वो शायद हेल्पफुल होगा. This effort of ours is what is seen by God, then His blessings make us be more committed to be on the path or sadhana. Now, in this analysis, in our Taittiriya Upanishad Adhyanam, after exhaustively studying the Upasana Prakriyas in the Prathama Valli Shiksha, come to the second, the Brahmananda Valli. In this, the first Valli, we were told about the glory of Brahma Tattva and way to reach Brahma Tattva in short, as well as the benefit if we discover that Brahma Tattva. Then in that only, the Upalabdhisthana is told as Hridayakasha and the means is told for as the inquiry into the koshas. Straight away we cannot be given to the mind. We can't give the mind the Brahman which is Analamba or Niralamba. So then what the Upanishad's technique here? Anyway you have taken the Annamaya Kosha Deha as Atma, Rendo. Finally the entire world is Atma only. हमको क्या problem है? But analyze करते हैं. What exactly this Annamaya containing? What it is coming from? Is there anything in Atma other than it? अगर है तो हम उधर हमारा attention shift करें. This is how delicately, lovingly, intellectually, without any sentiments or emotions or any type of impositions, compellings, the Shruti Mata started guiding in the very first Anuvaka itself. So in that, about Annamaya Kosha was explained. Where from it is coming, in which it is staying, where it is going into, and when it is existing, what are the 5 main portions of it compared with the Pakshi. Having said so, to this Annamaya, there is another Atma inside called as Pranamaya. That is what is taken up in the second Anuvaka, second half portion. The first half portion is the quotation from the Rigveda mantra to substantiate what is said in the Yajurveda Brahmana about Annamaya Kosha. And when it's about Annamaya Kosha, it is mine, it is yours, it is everyone, including it is the total. सबको मैं दृष्टि में लेकर ये सब डिस्कस करना है. स्पेशली द लिविंग बीइंग्स, उसका ही हमको उन्हीं को बंध मोक्ष का विचार होता है. So, and the main mantra also we should be able to remember its literal meaning and the bhashyam. In the main mantra, tasmad vaye tasmad atmana akash sambuddha ityadi ityadi. Up to prithivya oshadayah oshadhibhya annam annat this purushaha. This process again and again contemplated will make us two things, This has come, the Sharira, from the only Annadi, and I am only the knower of it. I am not necessary to identify with it. That chance to understand that will be born with our repeated inquiry like that. That's what I said, Taptaya Pindavat, with the Panchakoshas, the Atmavastu Sthadatma is like that fire and iron ball. Unless this type of process is done, that separation cannot happen. This in Yoga Bhasha called as only in the Ekagra Chitta Bhumika, when you are able to visualize every vritti of the Chitta consciously, which is called as Samprajnata Samadhi. Thereafter, these thoughts of the vritti Chitta are known to me. Therefore, there is a knower, somebody other than this type of Viveka Khyati is born, called as Sattva Purusha Anyata Khyati. In the same way, in Vedanta also, by explaining to us the facts of how this Annamaya Sharira has come, while doing that exercise itself, we are introduced to the thought that you are only a knower, onlooker and observer. You need not identify with it with aham or mama bhava. That's what the delusion you are living so far. Suddenly, if I tell you, you can't give up. But at least first understand it. Know that this is the cause of problem and slowly reduce. The same thing in the Bhagavata Shastra is said in this angle by Shukadevji to Parikshitji, and today we will see the Bhumata is telling ki for the sake of this Deha, which is Krumivit Bhasma Sanya, these people with the identity with the Deha, considering themselves as kings, how much of the droha they have done to the jiva, other beings, etc., thinking that they are permanent on this earth with this body, and invoked Naraka for them, Niraya. And toward the end of the life, what happened to them? They left this earth also, and the body of theirs is entered into the earth. See what is said in Bhagavatam, what is said in Ramayana, what is said in Taittiriya. All of them are doing the same job. But is that job happening in our life or not? We have to ensure for ourselves. And that calls for this thought that it is me who am bound, it is me who have to get liberated. The means for liberation is sadhana. Before that, the clear understanding. Am I clearly understanding or not these things? This question we have to put to ourselves and see the answer. So every kosha, so exhaustive explanation is only to prove that they are not the Atma. They are only the things known by me to me. Having known this way, when we for some time we keep them away, then we will get the ability to desire to question that if they are known to me, therefore they are not me, then who am I? In that inquiry, we are slowly lifted in our attention to the Sat Chit Vastu, which is not a Vastu, which is our own essential nature. And it starts happening when we are true and sincere right from beginning, from the step one onwards. So in that way, tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutah akashad vayu vayu agni agni rabhadya prithvi aushadya aushadibhyo nanat purushah sava esha purushonnara samayaha savai esha purushah annara samaya. He is nothing but the annaraso. This is the Yajurveda Brahmana. And in that Yajurveda Brahmana, this Anna Rasamaya Purusha, which has come from Anna, which has come from Oshadi, which has come from Prithvi, which has come, etc., from the Akasha, Akasha from the Tasmada, Tasmada Atmanaha, and then Atma is Brahma. ब्रह्म ही आत्मा है, ब्रह्म आत्मा से ही आकाश से, वायु से, अग्नि से, जल, from that only the prithvi, from the prithvi oshadi, from the oshadi is annam, annat purusha. Now this purusha is shariram, anna rasamaya. And like a pakshi is got, tasya ayameva shiraha. थोड़ा मुंडी हिलाकर दिखाओ बाबा, बेटा show me where is your head. He does it. Like they are teaching us, the children are taught by the parents, this is your hand, this is your nose, this is that. Same Upanishad teaching to we the children in the same way. Ayameva shiraha, like the shira of the pakshi. I am dakshina pakshaha, like that dakshina bahu is our dakshina pakshaha, like for pakshi. I am uttaraha pakshaha, then I am atma, then idam pucham pratishtha. This is over. As regards the Yajurveda Upanishads, Brahmana is concerned regarding the explanation of Annamaya. But it started a trend. What is the trend? What is ever is said by this Yajurveda Brahmana should be substantiated by Ruk Mantra for the clarity of understanding, for the completeness of understanding, for the conviction. Therefore, in the second Anuvaka, in the two portions, in the first portion, the Rigveda mantras are explained or quoted to substantiate what is said in the Yajurveda Brahmana about Annamaya. Second portion will contain, to this Annamaya, there is an Atma other than it. Intellectually, it will be told. Same way we have to repeatedly when we do, then our too much identity of the Deha or Annamaya slowly gets loosened. There is a chance for us to get identified with the Pranamaya more than Annamaya. If we can achieve to that, one kosha we transcended, 100 में 20% हो गया. It has to continue. Then take up the next, take up the next. In this way, each kosha is thoroughly understood. That satisfies us. At that time, Upanishad Mata acts as if she is accepting our idea that this kosha is me. But toward the end, the Shruti Mata says, yeah, you may be having Annamaya kosha and you may be considering it as your Atma, but it itself is not by itself an Atma for you to be felt like an Atma because it has another Atma to it other than its own self. Then, if itself is not dependent, how can you take yourself as that? It's better, whichever is the Atma of the Annamaya, you identify with that. Therefore, Shruti Mata allows us to be the Pranamaya Atma for some time. Till what time? Till again the Pranamaya is explained. And with all that, again we get satisfied. Hamma, मैं Pranamaya हूँ. By the time we try to settle in Aham Pranamaya Asmi, Dhutmata says, beta, ये भी independent नहीं है. It depends on something else, which is its Atma, which is permeating it. अब ये खुद ही भिखारी है, अब उसको पकड़ के तुम कैसे खुश हो सकते हो? It's better shift to the Atma of that. In true sense, when we rise in our identities from the gross koshas to the subtler, that gross kosha related, many of the issues get resolved. That is the beauty of this evolution through the inquiry from the lower koshas into the higher. Consciously to be done. Many people unconsciously do, like a mother. She is at the Manomaya kosha. That she has such a love for her children. Therefore, Annamaya and Pranamaya of her own, she never bothers. She takes care of the children, Annamaya and Pranamaya. Because she herself is Manomaya. A scientist. He doesn't know, but he's always in the Vijnanamaya. That is no more emotional or sentimental or anything. He's always doing the research and inquiry. To that extent, he has no botheration of the Mano Prana Anna. You understand? Unknowingly they are doing. And unknowingly they are getting benefits also. Upanishad guides us with knowledge. It step by step tells us. It makes us become aware with the knowledge given. And it's not just emotional or sentimental or imaginary. It is your own everyday experience you can feel. That with these lower koshas, identifying you are suffering so much. And with this knowledge, you can shift your identity to the higher koshas. To that extent, the problem of the lower go away. And we can feel it. We should feel it. We should come to a level that after Manomaya I have conquered and Anandamaya I have nothing to do. From the Vijnanamaya I should eject into Aham Brahmasmi. ऐसा conviction हमको आना चाहिए. When we study thoroughly, when we really live life silently, that's called sadhana. For long period of time. And for that, whatever things required to quieten our mind, to make us introverted, all those viveka, vairagya, japa, upasana, all of them should prepare our equipments for doing this research of Panchakosha, in which we grow from the grossest to the subtler in our identity. इसको पंचकोश विवेक युक्त आध्यात्मिक साधना कहते हैं. And it is very interesting, inspiring. If we come to that zone of I want to do sadhana, if that zone we have not come to, I want to do sadhana to reach goal, then our zone is only of Annamaya, Pranamaya, where throughout the day we are busy taking care of our food and drinks and taking care of the nails and hair of the body. जिंदगी भर अन्न प्राण के लिए हम जीते रहते हैं और आजकल के दिन में कोई मनोमय कोष तक भी नहीं आ रहे. sentiments, emotions, love, all gone. खाओ अपने खुद, then शरीर का देखो बस. You know those sentimental feeling, कि till the husband comes, I will not eat food. At that time, she is very hungry. But still, that pranamaya she controlled for the sake of manomaya, that her love for husband. आजकल किधर है? They eat only. Some of them wait because he will have to come and cook. They don't wait that way. They eat something and then wait. That manomaya ka prem kaha hai? You know, in some places it's there. Manomaya. Like the other day when I went to some program there, a huge group for bhojanam. Around 50 of us were there. Till that last person came, who was busy in work, we did not start. It took 12 minutes, 12, 13 minutes. We didn't, everything is served, but we didn't eat, waiting for that person to start. Like in big bhandaras also, if you go to Uttarakhand, no, till the last item is served, until the main Mahantji starts, others don't even. Sometimes takes 15 minutes be. And sometimes through a whole chanting should be over of Gita and all. What is happening there? The sentiments, emotions, devotions which belong to the mana are predominant and not the Annamaya and Pranamaya. This is how we are given training throughout our life. In our Shastras, in our Indian traditional way of living, to rise above each of the koshas. But not studying them, not knowing them. We now in this Kali Yuga live only Annamaya and Prana. Mano only up to the level where Anna Prana is taken care. Even Vijnanamaya also is only for Anna Prana. Neither even for Manomaya nor for Parabrahma. किसका दिमाग परमात्मा को पाने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं बताओ? इतने दुनिया में 800 करोड़ों में कितने करोड़ लोग इसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं, बुद्धि को यूज कर रहे हैं? Where even you and I were listening classes, only in the class our intellect is little listening about Brahma और आत्मा. इधर से चले जाए काय का आत्मा, कल तक छुट्टी आत्मा को. Therefore, the effort is very less by very less people. Therefore, the actual Brahma Jnani also will be less. Is it not? If the IT colleges are less, IT teachings are less, then IT students also will be less. IT companies also will be less. If CS are less, less CS are taken or trained, less only. So too, the true Brahmajnanis are not there with the intellect. Therefore, true Brahma Anubhava Sant also are less. Others are using their intellect for everything else. Very rare few are there. You and I can be that rare few. Where our Vijnanamaya Kosha, we use not for Anna Prana Mano, but only for Brahma. No, this has to be made our own, this knowledge. Then only there is a meaning to this business of spirituality. Now let us chant the Dvitiya Anuvaka and just see what we have seen yesterday. And today we will try to conclude this Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya we have done already, but little bit we will see. Chant the second one. Atha Dvitiyo Anuvaka Annadvai Prajaha Prajayante Yah काश्च पृथिवीगश्रिताः अथो अन्नेनैव जीवन्ति अथैनदपि यन्त्यन्ततः अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते सर्वं वै तेन्नमाप्नुवन्ति येन्नं ब्रह्मोपासते अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ते जातान्यन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यतेत्ति च भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यत इति. Up to this is the quotation of the Rigveda mantra for substantiating the Yajurveda Brahmana which talked about Annamaya Kosha in the earlier first Anuvaka second portion. And in the second Anuvaka, the subsequent portion is the again Yajurveda mantra. Yajurveda Brahmana, which is talking about the second kosha. So what it says, tasmadva etasmadannar samayat anyontara atma pranamaya tenaisha purnah sava esha purusha vidha eva tasya purusha vidhatam अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणः पक्षः अपान उत्तर पक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथिवी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा. Up to this, the Yajurveda tells it in its Brahmana about the Pranamaya. But again, it takes the support of the Rigveda mantra for explanation of the Pranamaya in detail like the early one. Therefore, Tadapi Esha Sloko Bhavati. With this, that third Anuvaka concludes, or the second Anuvaka concludes. See how interestingly, intelligently the topic is developed. Taittiriya Upanishad is one of the top, one of the beautiful, most useful for a true, serious, sincere, genuine sadhaka. Okay. Mm. In our discussion yesterday, we have seen all this. See, Vahatakaye. I'll just browse through the Bhashya of this Svitiya Anuvaka. Prathama Anuvaka we have done, so I'll not touch that. In that, what is said in the Prathama Anuvaka, from the Prithvi Oshadis, from Oshadis, Anna, Annat, Anna, Annat Purusha. Therefore, the Purusha is Annarasamaya, and that Purusha has got these 5 limbs like the Pakshi. Vaitotha in the first Anuvaka. And in the second Anuvaka, in the Rigveda mantras, what is explained is important to us regarding the Annamaya Kosha for its clear, complete understanding. One by one. Annadvai prajaha prajayante. So Annat means rasadi bhava parinatatvai. Parinatat. Annat means rasadi bhava parinatat. Not directly from the Anna, but from the Anna rasa. Vai means indeed. What happens? Prajaha means stavara jangamaha. Moving and non-moving all jivas prajayante. Which are they? Yaha kaha cha avishishtaha prithvim shritaha prithvim ashritaha taha sarvaha annad eva prajayante. So feel that. By that, what we said yesterday, if you remember, the speciality of our Annamaya Kosha, we will translate. I am not anyway special regarding the Annamaya, this Annamaya. Because every Pashu, every Pakshi, every Vanaspati, every Krimi Kitaka also have their own Annamaya Kosha made from same Annarasa coming out of the Anna out of the Prithvi. So this generalization sometimes helps us reducing our identity, specific identity, strong identity with this. See, one of the reasons of our arrogance is what? I am human body, greater than the animals and birds. Don't you feel ego? That is an added burden for spiritual seeker. So that's reduced with this. How? Not only your body, every body is from Annarasa. Yaha kascha prithvi shritaha. This mantra of this Anuvakam should be utilized like this. On the Prithvi, whichever the Stavara, Jangama, Pranis are there, of every one of them, the Anna Rasamaya Deha has come out from same Anna only. There is nothing special of any beings. That's how our intellect should lose the speciality of this Deha and also any specific value given to any other Deha. After this, then we can easily translate the Annamayadi. सब यही है. Yaha kaha cha prithvi shritaha. Okay. After that, what is said? Ataha annena eva jivanti. Ataha means api jataha, which are born. Annena eva jivanti. Pranan dharayanti vardhante ityartha. Jivanti means they are alive and the life is constantly expressing in the form of the vardhanam of this body. Therefore, atha annenaiva jivanti. Jivanti is word explained by Bhashyakara as प्राणान् धारयन्ति वर्धयन्ति. Is it not? The food taken is the one because of which this body is not only alive, but it is growing also day by day. In other words, if the anna consumption stops, the growing of the body stops, even the prana also leaves this body, that person dies only. That's the meaning of jata atha annena eva jivanti. Here the importance is given to the anna when we are discussing the sharira. So the sharira has come from anna. Not only your, all the jivas on the earth, Pashu, Pakshi, Manusya, Vanaspati, even the Krimi Kitaka. सबका अन्न से ही देह आया. सेकंड वन अन्नाद्वै अतः अन्नेन एव जीवन्ति. इंपॉर्टेंस गिवन इज टू अन्न. अन्न से ही इसका जीवन हो रहा है. प्राण धारणा एज वेल एज वर्धनम. देन when the time of departure comes, where is this sharira going into? To the anna only. Therefore the drishti from sharira to the anna is drawn. Importance is anna, not the sharira, because sharira came from anna, stayed in the anna, then ata enat api yanti antataha. Api means prati, yanti means gacchati, antata means when no more the possibility of that jiva to stay in that body is there. So atha api enat annam api yanti api gachanti. Api shabdah prati shabdharte. Therefore annam prati praliyante iti arthaha. Antata means ante, means jivana lakshanayaha, means vruddhehe parisamaptau. When no more the jiva with his prana can stay in that body, and body, whatever the stipulated time of its sustenance is completed, that's called as vruddhau. Where will that annamaya kosha or body entering into? It is going back to anne only. This is in substantiation of what is said there in the Yajurveda Brahmana. Tasmad va etasmad anna rasamayat. Sorry, that's what. No. Annat purushaha sava esha purushonnara samayaha anna rasamayaha. Of that, this is the Rigveda mantra's explanation. So, we have to thoroughly study. Don't casually brush it aside. स्वामी इसमें बता नहीं क्या होता है, हम सब खाना खा रहे हैं इसलिए जी रहे हैं. If that negligently, if you see, then we are not seekers at all. Here some deep point is conveyed to us. The extra value you are giving to your body or in general any body is not so important. All of them are coming from the Anna, staying in Anna, going in Anna. Our job is to get detached from Annamaya Kosha. Our goal is to detach our तादात्म्य और आत्म भावना with अन्नमय कोश. उसके लिए बता रहे हैं सारे दुनिया में सारे शरीर उसी अन्न से आते हैं, उसी में रहते हैं, उसमें जाते हैं. By this what is said, any number of janmas of any of the jivas have that same common routine process. There is nothing new, there is nothing so important to be valuing it and unnecessarily getting bound. So what? इस तरह का भावना हमारे अंदर लाने के लिए. Otherwise, we don't remember the anna, we give value to the deha, not only to the deha, but our own deha. And whole life is only dehoham. उसको loosen करने के लिए Shruti Mata is trying her best in this way. The Yajurveda Brahmana tried, then the Rigveda mantra also is trying. That is the effort of both Shruti Mata as well as Bhashyakar. Otherwise, literal meaning appears to be very direct and simple. And if you can observe, repeatedly Shruti Mata says, to ensure that is this fellow catching not the thing which is said, but the purpose for which it is said. What is said is many times understandable, but the purpose should be more clear. Purpose is important. The purpose is to devalue the Annamaya, the kosha, from the Atma Bhavana. And we said just now 7-8 minutes back, उसका अपने आप का खुद का ठिकाना नहीं. How can it can be your support? You are in the delusion that it can be your support. That's what is making not only you hold on to it, but also becoming cause of your dukkha. Like an untrustworthy fellow, you make a friend, you are cheated. It's your mistake. So to the Panchakoshas themselves don't have their own personal existence. When you trust them, they'll cheat only. That's called as dukkha. So this deeper thought is the consequence of these understandings about each of the kosha. That's what the Upanishad Mata wants to drive delicately without saying. The Guru Acharya will tell to us in between इसका मतलब क्या है, इससे हमको अंदर काहे का परिवर्तन, क्या परिवर्तन होना चाहिए, ये वाला. So up to this we have seen the three lines of अन्नाद्वै प्रजा प्रजायन्ते याकाः पृथ्वीश्रिताः अथ अन्येन एव जीवन्ति अथ एनत् अपि यन्ति अन्ततः अभिगच्छन्ति अन्ततः. This is one important portion studied. Then an example is a question asked. Once more, can you explain kasmat? How is it so? Why is it happening like that? Anna se aare, anna mein reh rahe, anna mein ja rahe. Because annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarvaushadhamuchyate. So beautiful, so delicate, so sweet way of exposition. What is said here? Annagami bhutanam jeshtam. Bhutanam means all the beings who consider themselves as a deha. Therefore here bhuta means deha only. Like my body, your body, all of ours. For all these bhutas, among these bhutas, who is senior, who is important, who is primordial, who is first? Annam. Annagame bhutanam jeshtam. This is one thing to be understood. Second is what? That is how tasmat sarva aushadam uchyate. Therefore, for all the deha dukkha, aushadam is anna only. This is one meaning. Second is what? The anna should be taken as only an aushadha for maintaining the deha. Anything done more than that, you are a mistake. And that's what is binding you. That bondage continues unless and until we rectify that mistake. Like sometimes we eat a bad food and stomach is so bad. Till that item goes away from the stomach through vomiting or anything, that will go on troubling us. दुखी हो जाते हैं हम वायु प्रकोप से बहुत बार. Any disease also. Till it is there, you suffer. And then medicine removes it, then the suffering goes away. In the same way, taking the anna as the oshadhi, giving the anna as oshadhi to the annamaya kosha, only for its sustenance. Only this much if we do, we are at ease. Any extra importance given to the annamaya and used it or identified with it any of the bhoga through the outer objects, all this disease, it will trouble us for lives together till we come to this situation of maintenance of the body only my job. Further, the anna should be given only as aushadha, more than the rational value. Till this understanding comes, we will continue suffer, and this understanding is the aushadam here. Knowledge standpoint से. ज्ञान रूपी औषध से अन्नमय कोश को भोजन का औषध मात्र देना चाहिए, उससे ज़्यादा उसको वैल्यू नहीं देना. ऐसा जब ट्रीटमेंट किया जाएगा, फिर उसके बाद अन्नमय कोश को ज़्यादा वैल्यू देने से जो दुख रूपी बीमारियां हुए वो बंद हो जाएंगे. दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस. अन्नगम हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधम उच्यते. This is how, pausing at every sentence, we have to not only grasp the literal meaning, but what is the outcome of it, indication of it. With what purpose Shruti Mata is telling us, Bhashyakara is writing. वो थोड़ा हमको नियत या वो सिंसियरिटी होना है पकड़ने का बात को. And I tell you, like we are doing in Yoga Darshanam, the Vritti Nirodha, giving us such a clarity, beautiful clarity in this way about sadhana comes to us if we are sincere in studying every line and trying to understand its purpose. So, annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarva aushadamuchyate. What is the meaning of jeshtam? Given here, annam hi yasmat bhutanam praninam jeshtam means pratamajam. Annam is Annam, Bhutanam is Praninam, Jeshtam is Prathamajam. It was there much before the Anna was there. Sorry, Anna, this Bhuta was there, the Sharira was there. शरीर बनने से पहले ही अन्न है. Interesting. In general and particular, like before the women conceives, the sharira which is there in the form of anna already, and which anna she is eating and he is eating and all is all different things. Again, the big, very sublime, more scientifically sublime, more deeply sublime than any science actually. फिर उस तरफ हम नहीं जाएंगे because we don't have any uh, knowledge or books available exhaustively for that, given or commented. So we will not go into that topic. बस इतना तो समझ लें कि is not the anna there much before annamaya kosha or the deha or the bhutas have come. Definitely. Therefore, annagam hi bhutanam praninam jeshtam means pratamajam. First it came. So Anna came from Prithvi. From the Anna Rasa only they have come. This is what said in the Yajurveda Brahmana. तो उसको यह सब्सटेंशिएट करते हुए अन्न हम ही भूतानाम प्राणिनाम ज्येष्ठम प्रथमजम. नो सो अन्नमयादीनाम ही इतरेषाम भूतानाम कारणम अन्नम. Not only our human body, but all other bodies also are caused by the anna, which was much before those bodies have come manifested. So from this only they came. Then ataha, therefore, what you have to feel? Anna prabhavaha, anna jivanaha, anna pralayaha cha sarvaha prajaha. No, this understanding and acceptance itself detaches us from the Annamaya Kosha, the too much value given to it, that reduces so much of fear and pain in us. नहीं तो सब लोगों को ना मृत्यु का भय और डर दुख इतना होता है. That will be reduced, which is a byproduct. Our main purpose is to transcend our identity with each of the deha, each of the kosha. A byproduct of is this. What is that? Such a wonderful sentence if you feel it really. What is that? Ataha anna prabhavaha. Born from the anna. Anna jivanaha. Continuing living because of the anna. Anna pralayaha. Go back into the anna only. What? Sarvaha prajaha. All the beings. Praja means whichever are born. The praja is always deha. Deha is only born. Jiva is not born. Atma is not born. Even Jiva also born from the Annamaya. Stays from the Anna. Stays in the Anna. Goes back to Anna only. If this is really understood by us, like if I understand my Annamaya Kosha body came from Anna. No, it is continuously there because every day I eat 2 times, 3 times, 20 times, whatever it is. इसका जब खत्म हो जाएगा time, where it is going to the Anna only, no? If I do it repeatedly, I will accept repeatedly this exercise. I accept the inevitability. The problem for us is we don't want to accept that inevitability. We want to prolong. कितना कहाँ तक कर सकते हो? जितना भी करोड़ों रुपए लगाओ, कुछ भी करो, only by putting all the artificial ventilators, they only say that is alive for 1 week, 10 days. You know, the last year, 2020-21 corona time, many people वेंटिलेटर लगा के उनको 10 दिन अभी जिंदा है ऐसा किया, जबकि 10 दिन पहले मर गए हो. All this emphasis goes away. The beauty of it is what? Just like from the Anna, this Deha was given to me, another will be given again. Why worry? And remember, that also will stay sometime with Anna, it will also go away. In this way, to the Jivas, n number of times, Annamaya koshas are given, making from Anna and again taken back. कितने गाड़ियां, बस, कार, स्कूटर, ऑटो चढ़कर उतरे अपन अपने जिंदगी में. अरे बाबा, सो मैनी गिनती करो उसका. कितने दुकान में घुसकर बाहर आए, कितने थिएटर में जाकर आए. In the same way, how many deha we entered and exited? Nothing new, nothing special. देखो जन्म मरण का मायना इससे कम होना चाहिए. सो टू अन्नमय शरीर का वैल्यू भी कम होना चाहिए. And the next sentence is very important. What is that? Tasmat yasmat cha evam tasmat sarva oshadham. This is the oshadam for sarva. Sarva means sarva praninam. Sarva praninam oshadam au dehadaha prashanam annam uchate. Therefore, the anna is the one which is quenching the fire of the hunger in everybody. And that is giving a sukha. Very good. सो हंगर रूपी दाह को प्रशमन करने वाला औषधि के रूप में ही अन्न को लेना चाहिए. दैट इज अनदर थिंग. औषधम उच्यते. टेक इट लाइक ए मेडिसिन इन प्रॉपर डोज इन प्रॉपर क्वांटिटी. डोंट गिव वैल्यू टू द अन्नमय कोश, देयरफॉर टू द अन्न. डोंट गिव वैल्यू टू द अन्नम, देयरफॉर स्ट्रेंथन योर अन्नमय कोश तादात्म्य. देयर इज नो एंड टू इट. दिस कॉल्ड ए मोह, एंड एवरीवन आर लाइक दैट. खाना है इसलिए खाते हैं, खाया है इसलिए शरीर से तादात्म्य बढ़ता है, शरीर से तादात्म्य है इसलिए भूख ज्यादा लगती है और खाते ही जाते हैं जिंदगी में. तो वी हैव टू रिजॉल्व दिस इश्यू which is the first hindrance in our spiritual evolution of transcending the koshas to discover our identity with the pure Paramatma. Okay, now another thing, Anna Brahma Vidah Phalam Uchyate. When we take this annam as Brahma and respectfully, reverentially, and receive only it as an Oshadhi, only for maintaining the Annamaya Kosha, with which we don't have any identity, but we are using it for the sadhana. Such person, what a benefit it is. It's an important topic. It needs to be discussed not only from the Upanishad and Bhashya standpoint, but in general also. तो 5-6 मिनट लगेगा, हम इसको पढ़ने के लिए कल हम प्रस्तुत होंगे. तो सर्वं वै तेन्नमाप्नुवन्ति ये अन्नं ब्रह्म उपासते. देर आफ्टर अन्नगम्य भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्व औषधमुच्यते. अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ते जातान्यन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यते भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यते इति. तस्माद् वै तस्मात् अन्नरसमयात् अन्योन्तरात्मा प्राणमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव. तस्य पुरुषविदाम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः. तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिण पक्षापानोत्तर पक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथ्वी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. इन दैट वे प्राणमय कोश विल बी एग्जॉस्टिवली एक्सप्लेन्ड. देन मनोमय. और इसको हमें बहुत अच्छी तरह होमवर्क करना है. इफ यू कैन रियली टेक पंचकोश विवेक फॉर कॉन्टेम्पलेशन ना, बहुत मजा आएगा. नॉट ओनली दिस, एवरी पंचकोश वी स्टार्ट ट्रांसेंडिंग. Truly, actually, we can. That is the joy of this Vedanta. Nowhere else you'll have this. Other things enchant sometimes, but this is, along with the enchantment, it takes us to the truth so beautifully. So what it is, let's see tomorrow. Om, 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 Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you friends for your kind presence. Let us spend some 20 minutes to study our second text also. It's very beautiful. Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. Patanjali Yoga Darshanam.